and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
Me, leave the king the alone. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna post my wife as much as I want. Go post your wife with you.
What happens when the student doesn't just pass the teacher, but takes pleasure in destroying his entire legacy? That's exactly what's happening now, as the locks his aim on Jay-Z, the same man who once gave him a chance. The same man he used to proudly call Big Brother. But those days are long gone. Now Ye's mission looks crystal clear: to build his own wild legacy by tearing Jay down piece by piece, his family, his image, and the secrets he thought would never come out. Jay-Z already slipped up in court with that messy paternity scandal over his alleged son, and that alone had people questioning his untouchable mogul status. But Ye didn't just sit back and let the whispers spread. No, he grabbed the gossip, flipped it around, and threw it right back into the spotlight like a live grenade. He didn't just hang Jay's dirty laundry out for the world to see. He drenched it in gasoline, lit the match, and made sure everyone watched it burn.
Never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth.
Post after post, but turns Jay-Z's pain into a weapon, calling him a hypocrite who preaches loyalty and family values, while secretly fighting lawsuits from people claiming to be his kids. Ye's words weren't playful shots, they were sharp blows, painting Jay as a fraud. He kept reminding the world that behind the shiny ROC Nation empire stands a man accused of abandoning his own blood. And here's where it gets even darker. Rumors say that has been holding a private stash of dirt on Jay for years. Insiders whisper he's got receipts, exed files, and documents exposing not only family scandals, but shady business deals that could ruin Jay's carefully built image. So the big question is this: was Ye's latest attack just another meltdown? Or has he been setting up this trap for over a decade? That's what's keeping everyone locked in on this wild drama.
Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land.
If he is really holding more ammo, Jay-Z could be facing something way bigger than just online slander. Rumors are already spreading about late-night calls, secret payouts, and hush money offers. Insiders claim Jay tried something he never admits: slipping cash to silence a man. The whispers say Jay, the calm king of chess moves who's outsmarted rivals and even prosecutors, actually offered the quiet deal to keep him silent. But Ye didn't just turn it down, he lit it on fire and turned the volume even higher. Picture Jay-Z, a billionaire who's dodged enemies, politicians, and courtrooms, suddenly getting out-trolled by the man who swears no one and nothing can ever control him.
You know, the thing about the kids at some point here, and not for the younger ones, it's at some point. For North, it's right now, right? That even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids that her friends at school, they're going to know about it. They're going to see it, and it puts the kids in a horrible situation.
This view didn't just appear overnight. The cracks had been showing for years. The Never forgave Jay-Z and Beyonce for skipping his wedding to Kim Kardashian back in 2014. A snub he took like a knife to the chest. Then came another sting. Jay choosing Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl halftime show instead of him. Each slight stacked up until the resentment finally exploded. When this spiraled online this year, he didn't just take shots at Jay-Z. He crossed a line by dragging Jay's kids, Sir and Rumi, into the mess. Even his harshest critics were shocked. He posted, deleted, then reposted comments questioning the twins in ways so disturbing that even Kim Kardashian, who's put up with years of his chaos, finally hit her breaking point. Reports say Kim was disgusted and quietly began rethinking their custody deal. Ye's obsession with Jay has gotten so toxic, it's now spilling into his own family's legal battles, like a chain reaction of self-destruction.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce,
I know you, man.
but they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
He says this isn't just personal drama. In one deleted tweet, he admitted he only removed posts about Jay-Z's kids, not because he felt bad, but because he didn't want to lose his account. That's how bold he's become. He knows the words are harsh, but the only thing he fears is losing his platform. He swears that while his marriage was falling apart and he was fighting for his 4 kids, Jay just sat back and let the Kardashian machine crush him. They could have used their power instead of just watching the Kardashians roll over me. They complained. To him, that's pure betrayal. He no longer sees Jay as a mentor, but as someone who turned his back when it mattered most. And it gets even wilder that has been tying his outbursts directly to his music drops. His latest stunt was releasing his visual album, Bully, in 3 versions online, while dragging Jay-Z in the same breath. That longing turned into venom. Every time he calls out Beyonce, accusing her of being disloyal and part of the problem, it shows. Every time he throws shots at their kids, then claims he still loves Jay. It's the same pattern obsession mixed with resentment, like a warped sibling rivalry staged for the world to see. The danger for Jay-Z is all about timing. While the humiliates him in public, Jay is also tied up in a long-running court fight with Ramir, the man claiming to be his hidden son. That case has been dismissed, refiled, and dragged on for years. But now it's heating back up, and just as Jay's name starts getting pulled, fairly or not, into the scandals surrounding Diddy, he is becoming the perfect storm. His rival is distracted by lawsuits, haunted by old accusations, and clouded by rumors of secret kids. If the really has the files he claims, dropping them now could hit Jay-Z at his weakest point.
Felonies, I'm not crazy and none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of.
Industry insiders say that knows exactly where to hit, hinting that Jay-Z has hidden children, secret houses, and has paid hush money to keep them quiet. True or not, the rumor sticks because Jay refuses to take the DNA test that could end it all. Instantly, in the court of gossip, silence sounds like guilt, and he is blasting that silence through a megaphone. The whispers that Jay even tried to strike a private deal with him show how deep this feud really goes. Jay-Z doesn't bend easily, but if he really tried to pay the off, then even the most powerful man in hip-hop fears how sharp Ye's words can cut. And Ye's fury isn't just aimed at Jay-Z. He's dragged Kim Kardashian, his own kids, and even Diddy into the chaos. He thrives on it, claiming celebrities are puppets while calling himself the only one who can't be controlled. By casting Jay and Beyonce as villains in a shady system, he paints himself as the outlaw truth-teller. Reckless, offensive, messy, but it works. Because people are hooked. Every rant turns into a headline. Every deleted post gets saved. Every shot at Jay-Z's family lights up another fire.
Think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up beyond.
What we're seeing now is pure chaos. Jay-Z, the master chess player, is stuck in a feud where staying silent makes him look weak, while Ye keeps getting louder, angrier, and more unpredictable by the day. The real question isn't if the will stop fits, how far he'll go, and what secrets he's saving to drop at the perfect time. Ye's obsession with destroying Jay doesn't just look like ego. It feels like a grudge that's been building for years, born from the pain of being abandoned by people he once called family. During his divorce, public breakdowns, and custody fights, this says he expected Jay-Z and Beyonce to step in and use their influence. Instead, he claims they turned their backs. In his own words, they could have used their power to keep the Kardashians from running him over. For someone who once saw Jay as a brother, that silence cut deeper than any insult. Maybe that's the wound that never healed. The reason that drags their names every chance he gets. His outsider complex has been there since day one, even back when he was producing hits for ROC. What might seem small to others felt like real betrayal to the Carters. Skipping his wedding wasn't just bad timing, it was proof to him that he was never part of their family. Every event they missed, every silence during his meltdowns, every moment they didn't show up piled up like cuts. Those cuts became scars, and those scars shaped his entire view. Through that lens, every move Jay made looked like another betrayal. That's why Ye's attacks feel so personal. They're not just for clout or headlines. To him, it's revenge. It's the trying to reclaim power in a relationship where he always felt like the little brother. If Jay wouldn't embrace him as family, they would force recognition as his rival. The insults, the threats, even dragging Jay's kids into it, it's all his twisted way of demanding the world see him by tearing down Jay's carefully built image. Even if it's through the smoke of scandal, to make sure all eyes are on him.
About if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in it?
Beneath all the noise, there's still a hint of longing. He has admitted he always felt like the outcast of the industry, searching for a family he never truly had. For a while, he thought he found that in Jay-Z and Beyonce. But when his life started falling apart, that family was nowhere to be seen. Now the anger we witness, the rants, the all caps posts, even the cruel shots aimed at Jay's kids feels like the fury of a man punishing those he once begged for love. After all, humiliation is often just the revenge of someone who felt humiliated first.
There are people who did short sales on their stocks. Right after that, made a lot of money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed or enacted?
Beyonce's role in all this is fascinating. The The queen of silence, the master of image control, has stayed completely above the storm. No comments, no statements, not even the slightest reaction to Ye's attacks. To the public, it looks regal, untouchable. But is that silence true confidence or quiet fear? Insiders say Beyoncé has always known when to appear and when to disappear. During Jay's cheating scandals or legal troubles, her silence was strategy, letting the rumors burn themselves out. But the isn't a tabloid, he doesn't stop. He feeds on silence, twisting it into proof that he's winning. And the longer she stays quiet, the louder and wilder he becomes, dragging her deeper into his fight. So the real question is if the really dropped something explosive, would Beyoncé finally be forced to break her golden rule of silence?
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to me.
And here's where it gets even darker. The rumor that Jay-Z offered a private settlement is already shaking the industry. If the mogul really tried to pay him off, it shows the Carters are rattled. They know the isn't just ranting he might be holding receipts that could shatter their carefully built brand. What if the has proof of more hidden children? What if he's sitting on evidence of shady business deals that clash with Jay's billionaire image? Even the whispers of those possibilities are enough to stain reputations. And Jay-Z's already fighting battles on multiple fronts. The claims from Ramir, the man insisting he's Jay's son, haven't disappeared, even as lawyers dismiss them as years of harassment. On top of that, his long history with Diddy is dragging him into lawsuits, painting dark pictures of wild parties and disturbing behavior from decades ago. The knows every crack in Jay's armor. He knows Jay's silence isn't just pride, it's survival. And he's striking now, right when those cracks are widest, aiming straight for the jugular.
Conspiracy, if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over.
For that, this isn't just gossip, it's about rewriting history. He doesn't just want Jay-Z embarrassed, he wants him dethroned. Jay built his legacy as hip-hop's ultimate icon, the blueprint for turning rap into empire. The meanwhile has been branded the unstable genius, brilliant but broken. By dragging Jay down, he flips that script. And he has already proven he'll cross any line, going after Jay's marriage, his kids, even his silence. If the whispers are true, he's still holding back bombs, waiting for the perfect moment to drop them. The scariest part is that he has nothing left to lose. His image is already battered, his empire cracked. Chaos doesn't destroy him, it fuels him. But Jay-Z and Beyoncé built their dynasty on control. Flawless rollouts, polished statements, and carefully managed perfection. One loose thread could unravel it all.
We have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay-Z is accused of a 13-year-old girl that is new in the Diddy.
Here's the chilling question we all need to ask right now. Are we on the brink of seeing secrets spill so massive, so destructive, that even the Carters themselves won't be able to contain the fallout? For years, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have stood as hip-hop's royal couple, carefully crafting an empire built not only on music but on power, influence, and flawless public image. But what happens when cracks in that empire begin to show? What happens if someone like the Kanye West himself decides to pull the curtain back on what's been kept hidden for decades? The stakes here couldn't be higher. If he truly holds the kind of information he claims, we might be watching history in the making, the collapse of one of the most carefully protected legacies in music. Imagine it, Jay-Z, the man who built ROC Nation, shaped the careers of countless artists, and cemented himself as one of rap's greatest moguls, suddenly forced to answer questions that no amount of PR spin can silence. Beyoncé, the untouchable queen of pop culture, suddenly dragged into a storm that no carefully staged performance, no flawlessly curated Instagram post could distract the world from. This isn't just gossip, it's the kind of revelation that could rewrite the very foundation of hip-hop culture. But here's the twist, is the really the man to do it? For years, he's lived in that strange space between genius and chaos. We've seen him break barriers musically, set fashion trends globally, and then just as quickly burn bridges and ignite feuds that leave fans and industry insiders stunned. Some see him as a truth-teller who refuses to bow down to powerful figures, a man unafraid to say what others only whisper behind closed doors. Others see him as reckless, unstable, and too addicted to drama to ever land a meaningful blow. So, which is it going to be this time? Will he go down in history as the man who shattered Jay-Z's carefully constructed legacy? Or will he be remembered as the provocateur who pushed things too far, only to watch his claims fizzle into yet another chaotic episode in his long, controversial career? One thing is certain, we might be standing on the edge of hip-hop's most explosive reckoning. The music world has seen its fair share of scandals, beefs, betrayals, and backroom deals exposed, but nothing on this scale. If the truth really does drop, it won't just be Jay-Z or Beyoncé who take the hit. Even Ye himself may not walk away untouched. When empires fall, the debris never spares anyone. So I'll leave you with this. Does the really hold the power to bring down the Carter Empire? Or is this just another storm of chaos that will eventually fade away, just like so many others before it? I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've been following this drama as closely as I have, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who lives for hip-hop truth bombs. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.